like top or country road. Don't matter where you come home.
Welcome to the first episode of the Motive Spotlight. Now at Motive, we want to change the way you think about your future. We want to find talented people in their own industry who have gone above and beyond to get to where they are today. Now this week, we're sitting down with a very special guest and a close friend that has taken the world of country music by storm. Now we want you to react to this guy and to be able to know where he came from and to know a little bit more information. Now this week on the Spotlight, we have upcoming country star, Ty Baynton.
Like top or country road, don't matter where you come home, 'cause it's all the same when you come around. I grew up in Waterloo, Ontario. It's a small town, kind of right between Hamilton and Burlington. And I'm out in the middle of nowhere on one of the concessions, just surrounded by farmland and stuff. It's good. It's not livestock. It's all landscape propagation, so it doesn't smell like manure and all that.
So has country music been an influence on your life ever since like a young age?
Yeah, my grandmother, who lives in an attachment on the house, always had it on 820 channel growing up, and my dad always had Q107, all the classic rock and everything playing in the truck, so I kind of got a mix of the two of them growing up. Dirty boots and a rack of jeans, a country girl, a beauty queen, you can throw back shots, have a nice cold beer. A bit of your kicking back on a summer night, out with your friends, wanting to shoot out the lights, 'cause when you come around here.
So I want to know, what draws you to the world of country music? Is it the lyrics?
It's definitely the lyrics. Yeah, I didn't really pay much attention to it growing up, but once I started picking up the guitar and singing and songwriting, I started paying a lot more attention to the lyrics and the stuff. And I just love acoustic guitar, and it's more prevalent in country music.
Right on.
I wouldn't say it was more of a hobby. It's just, you know, everybody has a thing that relaxes them and calms them down and everything. For me, that's playing the guitar and singing. So I guess I kind of kept playing all the time anyway. And once I got to college and university, I realized, you know, I can go down to the bar and I can make a couple $100 playing and singing for an hour or two. So I started doing it more in college, and then got into the studio and just snowballed from there.
Right on. So when did you go to college, and what did you study first?
Well, first I went to Fanshawe College in London, graduated with an advanced diploma there, and then that transferred me over to the University of Guelph, Ontario.
So after you finished at Fanshawe, you went to the University of Guelph. Now what program did you take there?
Landscape architecture.
Landscape architecture. And what made you go into that program?
Well, I grew up doing landscape construction, and realized after a little while, with the amount of injuries I've had, I wouldn't be able to do it for the rest of my life. And got into the design side of things, and it's creative, and everything's different for it. Like, to me, it's kind of a lot like songwriting. You get to approach everything a little differently. Get on back, have a cold one, just relax. Maybe raise a little penny. But do you simple, straight home road? You know you can call this place your home. You come around here, it's all the same. It's a breeze, a little pain.
So when I listen to your songs out here on the farm and everything, it's always about you sitting by a bonfire with your friends and everything. I want to know, what is your favorite memory from high school?
Of high school, well, my favorite memory back in high school, I played just about every sport imaginable. So it was just hanging out with all those boys on the weekend, and like you said, having a bonfire back at my house and playing some horseshoes and all that stuff. I won't say having a beer or two, but yeah. You know.
What was your favorite sport growing up?
My favorite sport was probably baseball.
Baseball.
It was the one that I was the best at, I guess. I played football and rugby and hockey and all that. I love my hockey, but I really enjoyed playing baseball.
You know, so you had a freak accident back in grade 12 with a football injury. Can you bring us back to that day?
Yeah, man. I was playing football and just got hit the wrong way, and ended up breaking my leg in 3 spots, and wound up in the hospital for about 2 weeks with that, which kind of ended any hope of playing sports for a living. But it was because of that I wound up having more time to play the guitar and sing and all that. And it's because of that, you know, I wound up going to the college and the university that I did, and getting into the bar scene down there. And you know, looking back, had I not done that, I probably wouldn't be sitting here talking to you right now. Or at least not about country music anyway.
If you weren't doing country music now, what do you think you'd be doing?
If I weren't country music, like you said, I'd either be down in the States playing baseball or hockey, or I'd love to just take off up north and go camping or fishing or anything like that. I love being out there.
Now, sitting in the hospital bed like 1 or 2 days after the event, like, what went through your mind?
In all honesty, I remember waking up, I had no idea who I was or where I was. That's how medicated I was when I was in there. But I'll never forget, a buddy of mine was coming down to visit me, and he called the hospital, and I was talking to him. He's like, hey man, I'm coming down to see you. Do you want me to bring anything? And at this point, it was day 5 or 6, so I was finally starting to get off the morphine a little bit and was more coherent. And the first thing I said is, man, go to my house and give me my guitar. Because I was literally going crazy not being able to play. So there's pictures somewhere of me sitting in a hospital bed, and I had lost about 20 pounds because I wasn't eating. So I looked terrible when I'm sitting in a hospital bed playing my guitar.
So, do you have any songs from your repertoire that maybe, just speak to you?
No, I don't have a song about that day, but Eric Church off his first album, Sinners Like Me, there's a song called What I Almost Was. And that one, a friend of mine brought it up to me and played it for me, and it more or less tells the story of my life. Talking about getting an injury playing football and that, dashing any hopes of a career, and grabbing an old guitar and moving down to Nashville and playing. So that song definitely speaks to me. It ain't too far just around the bend. There's no cover, so just walk in. You can grab a spot and enjoy the show. Got good old boys throwing back Patron, some cute girls on the dance floor, and some pancakes off old time rock and roll. You can sing along with the crowd.
Now, you haven't had any vocal training during this whole road to success. How did you get your voice so good?
Lots of practice. When I first started singing even a few years ago, it was nowhere near what it is. I can remember playing in my room when I was 15 or 16, and my brother walking by the room, popping his head and going, man, you're really bad, eh? and I mean, that's what it was. It's not that I picked up the guitar and started singing and it sounded the way it does now. I mean, I just keep singing and keep pushing it, and eventually it gets to where it was. Now, I've run into people along the way who have had vocal training. They're like, you should try doing this or do this. I've definitely had a little bit of guidance from some people along the way, but